Absolutely. Okay,
I'm going to move my phone so there's no interference.
okay, that's a good idea actually.
Yeah, so we don't get...
Is that the intro?
Whoa!
What wizardry are you trying to pull?
I'm trying to do that. There we go.
There we go.
Then we can see both things.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Insert Podcast Name here. I am Brad.
And I'm Ben, so...
We decided to make this literally about, how long ago was it?
20 minutes?
20 minutes ago. It's a whole new feature, and I don't know why we're planning on doing it, but...
The new feature on the channel is not yet made.
Yes. Oh, when you're hearing this, we still haven't made the channel.
No.
I still haven't made the channel logo. I
I
completely
haven't
forgot
edited
about
the first videos.
We are fully prepared. You will know better what the channel looks like than we do at the moment.
Like, in a week's time, we'll be no further forward.
No, we won't.
We really won't.
What we wanted to do in these little snippets is talk. Some episodes may be more successful than others, I must admit. But in this one, we're just going to do a general introduction of why we started the channel, who we are, everything that's got in the way, and then move on to some more regular segments.
Yeah.
Regular segments for this single episode.
Yeah. That may or may not happen in the next ones, if we remember.
if we remember.
So, we kind of made this channel, didn't we? Because I have a channel, and you have a channel.
Yes.
And we did a lot of co-op things.
Yes.
But we thought, like, one of our channels is slightly bigger than the other one. So not everybody's getting to see everything.
No.
So if we did a co-op video on mine, then the people who subscribe to Brad wouldn't get to see it.
Oh, yeah. It'd
Or
be
vice
hard.
versa.
You know, it's strange because if you do one thing on one channel, one thing on the other, you would think that people who watched that channel would go over to the other channel, but it doesn't work that way.
It really doesn't.
It's very strange because there's no sort of... There is a slight bit of leakage, but it's kind of watertight.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Like, if you sub to one person, you'll watch that one person. And if you sub to the other guy, you'll watch that guy. But you won't go over to the other one. I mean, I can say I'm guilty of it as well. If I watch a YouTuber that I prefer doing a game with several people,
Yes.
and then he says, go over to the other guy's channel
Yeah.
to see the video I did with him, I would more likely not do that.
Yeah.
Even though the guy I like who's in it is in the video, it's still the other person. So
it's very strange. It's the sort of thing with this new sort of medium of watching and things on YouTube. It's just sort of like a what's it called? A phenomenon.
Yeah.
Of this whole like internet videos thing. It is a little
bit strange. So we thought we were talking about doing another. I think it was a garage mod video or something.
It's something like that. I can't really remember at the moment.
And you said, why don't we put it on a separate channel? Or have you ever thought about putting it on a separate channel? And I had that thought.
Yeah.
So we both kind of had thought about it, but never said it.
Yeah.
Sort of, and then...
We were subconsciously in agreement.
Yeah. So what we thought was if we just had one place, like one hub, where we could put every co-op video we do, like no matter what it is, if it's got both of us in, that's where it goes.
Yes.
And then if you do a video for your channel that is your game and I feature on it, then that goes on your channel.
Yes.
Because it's your game that you're playing through.
Yes.
And the same with mine. But anything we do physically together in one video will go on here.
Yeah, it just makes more sense when you think about it. It's instead of these videos being this sort of ether, this no man's land between the two channels, we're just going to have to dig up a new trench to push them in.
Yeah. Do that.
I mean, in wartime I wouldn't recommend doing that, really, but you get what I mean.
It does make sense. It seems to make sense to keep my videos to me, your videos to you, and our together videos together.
Yes.
I mean, chances are it's not going to explode into mad popularity, so
no.
Our schedule and our busy lives and stuff, it'll all kind of work, I think. It should work together. which we'll come on to later. But
Yes. But anyway, it was me talking into a bottle here. Hello, everybody.
Darth Vader's in the room.
I am your father.
Well, I hope you're not. In fact, that would be a mad plot twist.
You're older than me. How would that even work?
Okay, so leaving that slightly strange topic.
Move on to an even stranger one. We thought in this episode we sort of introduce us.
Yeah.
Because it's good to know the people behind the video.
You get
maybe.
You can probably, like, the people watching will get a lot more. They'll feel a lot more involved if they know a bit more about us.
Yeah.
I mean, people will always comment and say, like, "Oh, I've done da 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 da," and the viewers tend to be more open than the actual YouTubers themselves.
Can I just go off tangent a little bit? Did you watch the Chase last night?
Was it the celebrity one?
The celebrity one. Yeah.
I think I watched about half of it.
It had that the doctor who does embarrassing bodies.
Yeah, Dr. Christian.
Yeah. And it's sort of similar to what you just said, but people are more likely to go to him than they are to their own GPs with their various ailments. But by the way, I should say the Chase is an amazing quiz show, and you get chased by a quizzer, not literally, on a screen, and you have to beat him to the bottom of the screen, beat him or her.
But we also must say that there are other great quiz shows available, not only the Chase.
Like Pointless.
Oh, it's a great program.
It's great.
It's a bit pointless though.
It's a bit pointless.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we digress.
I'm going off topic and my off topic. That made no sense. So yeah, but that it's a sort of thing about familiarity.
Definitely.
You get to know somebody on the TV
so much.
Yeah, rather than you don't like go see your GP every
few times a week.
Every Friday at 10. Well, at least I hope you don't.
You seem to know the schedule of embarrassing bodies on TV.
I have never watched that program. But yeah, it's a sort of familiarity thing.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
And I think you sort of think you've got, like, say in that specific example, you've got a problem, and he's seen pretty much everything, so it's not going to be a shock. And he's just going to be like, "Oh, it's fine," or "Just do this," and it'll take. Yeah, that's it. You've had it. Sorry.
Dear me.
But yeah, I think he's got a, and I think it's the same with this. If the more they know about us, the more they feel they can relate to us and interact in the channel a bit more, which is what we want.
And the cozier it gets.
Yeah.
I like a nice cozy channel.
Need a nice community built up.
Yeah.
But if everyone's kind and willing to share the odd thing, then
not your embarrassing bodies. We don't want to know. Send those to that doctor.
He'll deal with that. Leaving his contact down in the description.
Oh dear.
But yeah, anyway.
What were we talking about? Us.
Introduction to us.
We don't have any embarrassing ailments.
No, that's definitely true. Well, it is for me. I don't know about.
I do have a scar in the shape of a banana, but that's beside the point.
Well, I have several scars, but we'll come to that.
Will we?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know what my about me section is.
No.
So, do you want to go first?
Sure.
And hit up some things about yourself?
What do you want to know? What should I talk about? Why I'm so busy?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I am currently studying what's the degree called? It changed earlier this year, and it's so annoying because you have to put it on all these different documents. Like my final year project, you have to put it at the top of the document. I had to look at my student record to find out what my course is actually properly called. It's called Information Technologies and Digital Media.
Ooh. Sounds complicated.
Everybody seems to say that. It basically, it's the website module that's not named websites.
Oh.
So, like, 3 of them, website course that's not named websites. You get what I mean.
Yeah.
3 of the 5 modules that I do are website building.
Okay.
The other two are what's it called? Virtual reality things.
Yeah.
And what is it? It's I think it's just the final year project. That's its own separate module. It's like four of the three that I 3 of the 4 that I study are all websites.
Fun.
I can't stand making.
I must
websites.
admit, when we did ICT at secondary, the website was the worst bit.
It's funny because my website that I had to build for A level, that was so dodgy that the teacher didn't know how to fix it. We had to put this bit of code in just to make sure it didn't keep doing what it did. This code was just like a paragraph thing.
Stop.
But the thing is, every time you pressed a button on the keyboard, the a section of the website would move down. It's weird. It's just like you're typing out the intro, and all of a sudden the about the website section's off the page. It was so weird. Oh,
That's crazy.
but yeah, this course is relatively uninteresting. I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
I don't want to do anything to do with websites and yeah. Bleh.
Yeah.
But
Get it done.
It takes up the three of my days a week actually going into the lectures, and it takes up another few days for me actually doing the work that I need to do.
Yeah.
Because I'm in final year now, which is not fun at all.
It's a heavy load.
I've got one thing in for next week. I've got 2 things in for the beginning of December.
Oh, fun.
And I've got another thing in for the end of December. It's
Lovely.
one of those is group work and the other 2 aren't. I did well last year because I deferred quite. I was the manager of the group. I told everybody else what to do.
Nice. And you're pretty organised, so...
Yeah, it was a good thing for me to do because I could do all the tricky stuff, but I couldn't be bothered to write very much code.
No.
If it needed fixing, I could fix it, but... Oh, don't get me started on PHP. Me and the person who I was working on the thing with... Oh... We were in... I went into the library with him for like a whole day in Easter, trying to get the website to do... I think we managed to do 3 things. This was from like 11 till about 5.
Wow.
All that time in the library. I think we went out for lunch once for half an hour, felt guilty and went back to finish off the site. It was outrageous. PHP is just... I am super jealous of anybody who can actually do it, but I don't envy your job.
So you have a lot of fun at uni, which is why you're so busy. And now you're having a drink, which is why you're so quiet. I'll start talking now while you have a drink.
I think I was quiet because you said have a lot of fun. And I was
yeah.
just saying,
Maybe not. Well, I don't... So that's what you did in your 3 years. Well, your 3rd year since you left Post 16.
Yes.
Since I left Post 16, we both left the same Post 16.
Yes.
Which was... It was alright. It was more like fun than actual serious work.
We had substantially more fun than our work.
Yeah.
Our grade... This fun to grade ratio is a very straight line.
Yeah. It's just...
It goes...
mad.
Yeah, it goes down.
I mean, I don't think the teachers and stuff really helped, but maybe our attention could have been a bit more focused. But
I'm not guilty about it.
But it was alright. It killed a couple of years while we decided what we wanted to do. But from there, I went straight into work, which I'm still doing. I work with my brother, who is got autism and epilepsy, so I support him full time now, and go to placements and go out for the day. And I do that for my whole week. So occasionally there's a Friday off, which is nice. But even if I'm off, I'm still with him. So, and weekends and stuff. But I get my money to do 4 days with him.
Yeah.
Which is what I do. But it's a full-time job, even though
Yeah.
people say, "Oh, that must be really easy because you're just looking after your brother." But it's really difficult.
Yeah, but looking after anybody is just...
It's difficult.
It is. It really is.
I mean, I'd much
People
rather,
take it for granted.
definitely. I mean, I'd much rather look after my brother than somebody I didn't know. But I have a lot of respect for the people who do that. But
Yeah.
we're a bit of a team now, so we kind of just get on with it, and it seems to work. There's a good dynamic between us. And after a lot of his negative experiences, it's all kind of...
It's just building that.
It kind of works again now. So he's back on the straight now. But that's sort of why I'm so busy during the week. So it's like... It's a bit different to you, but it's still like a full-time week.
Yeah.
And it's more like mentally tiring than physically tiring. But, I mean, I did have a YouTube channel for a while. Well, I do still have it. And
Yeah.
I did do a lot with it. Because there was a section where the woman who was organising my work and my holidays and stuff contacted me and said, we need to have a meeting, like, tomorrow. So I was like, okay.
That's always worrying.
We went to this meeting and she's like, why don't you ever take any holiday? And I was like, well, I'm never off. Even if I'm ill, I still have to look after Sam. So she's like, yeah, well, you've got 5.5 weeks of holiday, Owen. I was like, since you started working.
That's
okay,
glorious.
Okay. So I had to take this 5.5 weeks off with nothing to do, like not leaving the house, not doing anything other than going to the shop or whatever. But literally nothing for this 5.5 week stint, which like drove me a little bit crazy, to be honest. It was like from 1 week doing a full week to the next week doing nothing for 5.5 weeks. I mean, it was a bit like the summer holidays, but it was like in March. It was so weird.
That is bizarre.
I think that was when I really I was talking to my my dad, and he was looking for something to focus my attention on, because I used to have my attention so focused on being out.
Yeah.
But I was getting a bit like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
I need something to focus my mind on, because I'm the sort of person that always needs something on, like whatever I'm doing, I need some form of input into my head.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Even if I'm sat quiet, I'm always thinking about something.
I'm the same, really.
Like, I have music in, or I always need something going on. So I just thought I might hit up YouTube, see what it was like, and it went alright for a while. I mean, I'd had my channel a few years already with the odd video, but I really sort of hit it like hard,
Yeah.
like I was doing videos, like I did one video a day for a month or something, doing like Gary's Mod tool tutorials, and I did enjoy it, but obviously when I was then back at work, it all kind of fizzled off again, because you lose the time.
Yeah.
You don't really appreciate how long it can take. Like a half an hour video where you need to splice together audio, video, edit it, render it, upload it.
Yeah.
It takes a long time.
It really does. You've got quite a powerful computer as well.
Yeah.
So.
And it takes a while on that. It can, even if it's a 30-minute 1080p video, it can still take like 40 minutes to render it. And then you've got to upload it as well, which can be like another half an hour, 40 minutes. Oh no, that's like nothing for you. Yours is like a day, isn't it?
My upload speed's awful. Actually, somebody complained to the council. Somebody around here complained to the council that we had bad internet speed.
Really?
And they've contacted BT to get the fibre optic, which is looking promising, actually.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
See, we have the fibre optic, and we're like, it's quick, but it could be quicker.
Yeah.
Because like we're promised like 30 download, and you only get like 18 or something, and then your upload's supposed to be like 6, but you only get like 2, and it's like, you don't get what you pay for now with your internet. But because we live so close to a big city, we're supposed to be getting the next step, which is the super fibre optic.
Super
or something.
fast fibre optic.
Yeah. We're supposed to be getting that. I think it's this month, when this was recorded. End of this month.
I wouldn't know. I'm so out of touch.
There was a sign on a door somewhere that said
a sign on a door. Was it sort of carved into the wood?
Someone done it with a knife, like a pen knife. Fibre optic coming soon.
Oh,
do I believe that door or not?
BT are getting worse and worse with their advertising.
Well, we're on Sky, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, that's actually an improvement.
But yeah, anyway, we digress slightly, but that is pretty much our background.
I'm just curious. How many other people are at your workplace?
As in, what do you mean? Like the place we go to?
Yeah. Is it like a busy like whole community sort of?
Not like that. There's like.
Is it like a separate?
There's
sections?
like maybe like 15 in the whole thing.
Right. Yeah.
So and then there's like you can do different things, whatever you fancy doing that day.
Yeah.
And there's no schedule. You just sort of pick what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't cause any stress between people.
Yeah.
So you just sort of pick which area you want to be in, and wherever we end up, I just go with. But there's obviously like the main staff members as well.
Yeah.
That like hover around.
Yeah.
And then it's quite a tight knit community, which is nice. So it's not very busy. But you do get some real characters.
Yeah.
As you can probably imagine, there is some real characters in there. But I do love it. I think even when like I'm not working with my brother anymore, I'll probably carry on in that sort of section because
that's good.
It's kind of sparked my love of doing it.
Yeah.
And you really get something out of it, which is nice. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I do enjoy it.
Fair enough. That is completely out of my area of expertise.
Yeah, a lot of people say they wouldn't feel comfortable doing it, which I can totally empathise because at the start when it was suggested I could do it, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I was pretty against it, but now I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I couldn't do that because I'm not very good with people. People are strange.
They are strange.
Yes.
I'm not more... I can go into a room full of people with like learning disabilities and just be totally fine and confident.
Yeah.
But if I was going into a room full of people without learning disabilities, I was expected to do the same thing. I don't think I could.
Yeah, I know. It's tricky.
It's really strange.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Bizarre it is.
It's like there's always that little bit when there's like a big group of like young adults outside a shop that you have to walk past. You always get that little sort of bit of unease. Even though they're just sort of stood there talking, you still think it's just like the situation, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's just being. Is this sort of that feeling of being like? There's only one of you, and there's
like loads of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That outnumbered feeling is.
Yeah.
It'll probably never go away.
No.
I think most people get it. It's not like an unusual thing. But then it's probably switched like when you're out with all your friends.
Yeah.
And there's like one person walking past. Probably feels exactly the same, even though you know
that
you would never do it. You just sort of sat there, having a laugh with your friends. But
yeah, it's that sort of.
It's you can start to see it from both sides, but you always have that feeling.
Yeah, I don't know. It is very strange.
It really is.
So is that section over with?
I think that's probably a fair summary of us, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm quite happy with that. Yeah.
So what should we move on to more about the channel? Maybe?
Yeah, we'll move on about. Oh dear. We'll talk more about the channel.
Okay.
So Dark Souls
is the main game. Well, the first game, really.
Yeah, our first. Yeah. When were you uploading this, actually? Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should probably do this first. To like.
I think we should do this afterwards because they'll get a grip of what the channel is, and then they'll think, who are these people? Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Do they all? Everyone on YouTube.
Yes.
Right, okay. Sorry to anyone Brad offended. But yeah, I think
specifically you.
You, Greg.
Greg.
Oh, good old classic Greg.
Greg Wallace.
I doubt he'll be watching.
No, he will be.
Oh, he will. Okay.
Oh, funny one.
Nice. Anyway, back to Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Dark Souls is going to be the first one we do.
Or is the first one that we do?
It is the first one. It's notoriously difficult.
Yes, it is. I can't remember when it was released now.
Wasn't it like something weird, like 2009 or something?
It could well be.
I mean, it's 360.
There. Let's have a look.
Oh, let's have a look.
Yeah, we're playing it on the Xbox 360 because that's what Magical Box will be playing it on.
2011.
2011, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, that seems so long ago now.
That's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 360, so back in the day, that was like the thing.
How much did I pay for it?
£12.
I paid £12 for it. That is rather.
I'm joking. Sorry.
£12 is rather good, actually.
That's not bad.
I mean, I've been wanting. I at the time that I was looking to buy it, I was watching a couple of full playthroughs of Dark Souls, so I know the game.
Yeah.
Pretty well, even though I've never played it. So
As we find out, it's very different playing it.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but you haven't seen much of it?
I hadn't seen anything of it. I hadn't ever played it before. I think I'd heard it. I think I'd more heard of Dark Souls 2, but that was because I watched somebody live stream it, and he literally live streamed it for like weeks, trying to finish it.
My goodness.
But it was the kind of one I dropped in every now and again and had a look at, but it never really appealed to me too much. But some of the comical things that happen in it, just because the controls are so janky and the buttons are so weird.
You're just not used to it.
No. And like having about 4 weeks period between each recording session, like we just completely forget what we're doing.
It's gone past 4 weeks now and we still haven't.
Yeah, we haven't actually recorded.
We'll move on to that later, though.
Don't worry about technical difficulties are coming up.
It isn't. Play your cards right. I had to get that in somehow.
We have to get the other one in as well, but we have to wait, see if it's.
I'm talking here. Sorry.
So that's going to happen. That's the first one that's coming up, and that's going to be a long playthrough, I think. Based on how far we've got in like 2 hours recording, it's going to be a long time.
I think this is what I think we're doing. I'm not sure if it's the same as what you're thinking. I'm thinking that we're going to be doing like a full playthrough of a game, like one after another.
Yeah. And
then like have lots of different features.
Yeah, like little things on the side.
Yeah, on the side.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to be doing like 2 at once because that's
it just confuses it.
That's hard work.
Well, there'll be 2 at once with the main game and something else going on the channel, but they'll be uploaded on separate days, so it won't get confusing.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and stick to a one a week? I think we can probably manage.
One full a week and
possibly one of the side ones a week if we have one done. But obviously, with us both being very busy, it's hard to like find a day where we're both free.
And when we do,
yeah, we have problems, which we'll get onto.
We're going to get onto it eventually.
So yeah, and like we've got a few ideas, haven't we? For this being one of them. Just having a chat basically, and we've got.
Should I mention the one that we've actually got footage for?
Yeah.
And then not mention the other one because that other one's going to be magical.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but yeah.
Okay. One of the features that we're going to do is called the demo demonstration.
Yeah, demo.
Demo. Oh, dear me. I thought of this name while I was in the car.
Well, there you go. I usually have all my best ideas in the shower.
I usually have all my best ideas when I'm eating pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you told me this the other day.
Yeah.
You always eat pizza and get great ideas.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that thing where you have like such a great idea and you get that feeling inside like this is a great idea and it will so totally work, and then when you get to the point where you can actually do something with that idea, you can't remember what it was, but you have that little empty feeling because you knew it was a great idea, but you just can't remember what the idea was.
Yeah.
It's a really bad feeling.
That's
that
why
I've had way too many times.
I weight everything down. I weigh it down. I put an anvil on all my ideas.
You weigh it down with the burden of your soul. But yeah, so you write everything down.
Welcome back to Dark Souls. All my ideas are under this game. Oh dear.
See, that's what like the beauty of modern technology, like having a phone or something. Like, have you ever seen people walking around like talking, doing the voice memos?
No.
It's funny how many people I see do it, but it wouldn't be something I'd ever click to do. Like walk around talking to myself.
It's the sort of thing that you see business people do.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like when you see them being really elaborate with their arms, like shouting, and then they turn around and they've got one of the little Bluetooth.
Oh yes. Oh, it's hilarious when that happens in the train station because when a train comes past, they shout even louder and they gesticulate more.
But if you're looking at the wrong side of someone, you think they're just going to like start crazy and they're just shouting at things.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and you see it. It's like, oh yeah, he's on the phone.
Yeah,
well,
he's
you
not
think he's
crazy.
You think he is, eh?
It might not even be on.
No.
Oh, dear me. Maybe doing a speech to some Ewoks.
Yeah. That was the first thing that came to my mind too.
It's a Jawa, by the way. I know the difference.
Aren't the Ewoks the ones that look like walking teddies?
Yeah, they're the ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I like them actually.
Yes.
It's that new Star Wars film as well.
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you? I haven't really watched any of the others, to be honest.
I booked the tickets.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm going to see it with Mark.
Oh.
Well, at the moment I am.
Right.
Unless something goes pants.
Pants?
Pants.
No, I've never really watched the other ones. My brother loves them, but I've seen them, but I don't think I've paid enough attention to them.
No. I don't really know how to explain it, so I won't.
Okay. Well, that's that then. By the way, this is going to be completely off topic, and the people will have no idea what you're talking about. But it's really irritating me that some of your DS games are in an off-white colour, and some of them are in a pure white colour.
Shiny.
Is that why?
It's why, yeah. Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Platinum are both shiny. Wait to see Platinum. Platinum looks amazing.
I think I have Pokemon Platinum. Oh yeah,
Look at the
I
back.
have that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Look, it's slightly darker because the packaging.
But do you know what? This is another thing about me, by the way. I have a horrendous OCD. Yeah.
Is that bit there?
Yeah. I would have to put those right at the end, on their own, not in the middle.
Not alphabetical.
No. Are they alphabetical?
They're alphabetical.
See, that satisfies me a little bit more, but
yeah. Everything, every single piece of technology in this room is alphabetized.
We should put some photos up so people can see how beautiful your shelves are.
It is. It's nice. The little Henry Hoover.
Love that. I love it.
Oh, it's great. Oh.
They're probably not going to be able to hear what we're saying, so we're not looking at the mic.
No, but oh well. Oh dear.
That's pretty cool though.
It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Very nice.
Anyway, should we move on to some...
Let's move on to the fabled technical difficulties.
God. So...
Are you going to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I travel to Brad's house to do the recording. Brad's got the space to do it. So, I pack all my kit up. It's my mic and Elgato and laptop and stuff. I pack all my stuff and come over to Brad. And then... we plug it all in, or we try to plug it all in.
Yeah.
And all the lights come on everything, and it all looks great. But then we realise things aren't working. This happened today as well. This is the third time we've done this.
This is the worst time that it's done it.
It's literally the third time.
The third time, may I say the third time, out of 3 times that we've tried to do it. The third time we've had technical difficulties.
But the laptop actually worked.
Yeah,
it was a little bit slow to start up, but it actually worked.
The main problem we had last time was the laptop just
it didn't work.
It wasn't happy.
It was just like, nah, I'm not turning on.
No.
But
no.
All the cables worked on that day.
It did.
Which is a bonus. So the second time, the computer was a little bit quicker, but the cables started malfunctioning. So
yes.
Certain USB cables would only work in certain parts, and your HDMI cable copped out.
Yes, it did.
So we had to find another HDMI, and just things were going in the way, but we actually got some recorded that day.
We did.
Because the cables worked.
Yes, we got it all to work, and I think we did it after lunch.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, even though I arrived before lunch.
Yeah. Was that the time you got lost?
Yes.
That was the time he got lost. About a half-an-hour journey, and he got lost. He ended up back at his own house.
I did. We did a big circle.
Oh,
and I was trying to message you, and I had no phone signal. I was like, oh, God. And then third time, computer, boom, straight on. Compared to other times, it was fine, quick and everything. But then the cables didn't work.
Yeah.
And we need 2 micro USB cables.
Mini USB.
Mini USB cables. Of which I brought 3.
No, you brought 2.
I brought 2.
Yeah. And one's from my Xbox controller charger.
Indeed. So the 2 that normally worked didn't work. So my 2 cables that work on my desktop computer don't work on my laptop apparently anymore. But they did before. So,
it doesn't make any sense.
So we had to scrap those cables. Brad only had one cable, which means
we could either record video or record audio.
Yep. So no Dark Souls has been recorded today.
Light.
No Dark Souls has been recorded today because we can't just record the video and then talk over it because it seems disjointed compared to the other ones where we're doing the live recording.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't work. So
with it being a blind playthrough for one of us and with the controls being it just wouldn't work at all.
No.
It's not a game you can really do post.
No, that's very true. So we did this instead. And we also did a video for your channel.
Yes, we did.
So that was good. And we've done this podcast, which is going to be... It's going on quite a while now. 40 minutes coming up. It's pretty good for a podcast.
It is. You missed out a key detail.
Oh, God.
So, when we realised that 2 of the cables didn't work...
Oh, God.
I had the genius idea of, maybe in town they'll sell them. So we went
Sunday.
On a Sunday. So we got shoes... we didn't have any coats or anything.
Even though it was raining.
Yeah, I forgot my wallet, so Ben would
was
have to pay for
me.
them, pay for the stuff. So it started raining. We got out the door. We were walking. It was freezing. We went to Sainsbury's, a popular supermarket.
Other supermarkets are available though,
but none as close to where I live. They had micro USBs, but no mini USBs.
I didn't even know there was a micro USB. I just called them micro USBs.
Same.
I didn't think there was a difference between mini and micro.
I literally asked the person, "Do you have any micro LSDs?"
Yeah, any little LSD tablets.
I don't know what happened then.
USBs.
USBs, that's the one. So, and she was right. They did have some. We didn't have any, but that's not what we wanted.
It was the wrong one.
So we went to Arkwright's.
Oh yeah, there is an Arkwright's where we live.
Yes, not to be confused with the popular Open All Hours show.
No,
from the
it's very different.
80s. Apart from the fact that they're both set in a similar place.
Are they?
They're both set up in North.
Oh.
Well, I think we're set up north.
Well, I think we are, yeah. Based on the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, Open All Hours is set up north.
Oh.
But yeah, they didn't have any. Asked them as soon as we walked in, and then we walked straight back out again.
Yeah, and then we went. This is Brad's genius idea, okay? Co-op food. Now, I thought the clue was in the title that, given that they were selling food, they weren't going to sell USB cables.
Worth a try.
I mean, yeah, maybe it was worth a try. They didn't have any, though.
No.
And then Brad said, "Oh, don't worry, there's a second co-op." So we walked to the other side of the town, and that's also a co-op food. So we spent like an hour in the rain going to different food outlets seeing if they have any cables, and surprisingly they didn't.
I was willing just to plug in a bit of licorice.
Yeah, well that might have worked.
It might have worked. It's the same colour. And
yeah,
it's about as tasty as licorice. You probably.
I don't really like licorice.
Neither do I.
No, that's all right then.
Yeah.
So we probably wouldn't have bought it.
No, probably not.
So yeah, that was a little escapade, but at least I now know where you live. Looks like.
Yeah.
You know, the inside town area.
The proper town area.
Yeah.
You know what both co-ops look like?
I do, and they both only have food.
They don't though. They have magazines and stuff in.
Well, they did, yeah, but no cables.
I don't know.
But there might have been a cable. I mean, there should have been a cable in that Sainsbury's.
People bought them thinking it was licorice.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think people bought them because they knew we wanted one.
Yeah, makes sense.
So no Dark Souls this time.
No.
To sum up, but
we're gonna have to think.
We have plenty recorded. Well, some recorded.
Some. I wouldn't call it plenty.
You do realise the third one is just literally going to be cut in the same part over and over again because we couldn't get past that same bit.
Oh.
That's what it's going to be like the whole time. And I got all the way round to that boss, and then he just knocked me straight off the wall. And I had to go all the way back to the beginning. It was just like.
Oh, now we're gonna have to wait to upload this because it's got the spoiler in it. Oh no! Oh, at least we
We'll
know
cut
what
that bit out.
You'll cut that bit out. No, it's a good bit though.
So yeah, so we're gonna. I think that's all we've really got
Yeah, that's
for this bit. But we do have a little thing we want to sum up with at the end, like a little feature we're going to do regularly through everyone.
I think we're going to do it at the beginning. I think it'll be good at the beginning.
As the first bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this podcast is strange because it's more of an introduction to it.
Yeah.
The pilot episode.
But should we do this now?
Yeah.
We might as well. And then between this one and the next one, things will have changed, so we can throw that in there.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit more generic, but it's going to be what games we've been playing since the last podcast, but this is the first one, so what games we've been playing as recently.
Every podcast has one, and I feel that this one needs one as well.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have, I think.
Yeah.
And get, like, your opinion on games and stuff like that.
Mm.
So, do you want to go first?
Sure.
What have you been playing?
How far back are we going?
A few weeks, maybe?
A few weeks. Something that I have been playing a lot was the Team Fortress 2 Halloween update.
Ah, I saw that actually.
It was actually it was good because I only really got into TF2 like beginning of this year, end of last year maybe, beginning of this year. Yeah. And so I hadn't really played any TF2 Halloween holiday things. That being said, I do have the 2012 festive holiday item, the magical glowy Grinch hat thing.
I have no idea what that is.
No, okay. But that's beside the point. So yeah, this year had the gargoyle. It had 4 different stages. The first one, I can't remember what they were all called, but I'll just do the colours of them. The first one was a stone gargoyle, and that's the one that everybody got for just logging into the TF2 or the Halloween part. So then that goes to bronze at 1,337 souls, which is...
Is that kills, effectively?
You pick up little gargoyles dotted around everywhere, like little green glowy ones, and they give you 10.
Oh, okay.
You can do like the special function of the gargoyle is to take any items that you've got and then change them into a special Halloween item.
Okay.
That gives you a certain amount of souls. There's also killing different special enemies like Marasmus, the evil wizard, and Monoculus, the evil eye, and the horseless, headless horseman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that gives
him.
you... him, yeah. That gives you a decent amount of souls. So I managed to get 2 gold on like the second day.
Wow.
Out of like... It goes on for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Good God.
Yeah, so 2,000 you get gold. 1,666 you get silver. But yeah, all that. And the good thing about this year's one was the Miraz missions. It's like you collect a certain number of souls on the stage, or you defeat a certain boss enemy.
Yeah.
And you get a special piece of cosmetics, like a fancy hat or
nice,
or something like that.
Some swag.
Yes.
Swag rags.
Yeah, whatever those are. Yes. But yeah, you get them, which you normally have to pay for.
Oh, that's good.
Which is pretty great. So I decided to play every day and maximise my item output. So I ended up getting like a whole lot of Halloween junk.
Wow.
Which is great.
I played none of it, so...
Yeah.
As a contrast. I just saw it and I never really played TF2 all that much.
It's an acquired taste, I would say.
I think it's the style, maybe.
Yeah.
It's like very cartoony, isn't it?
It is, but... I don't know, it's a strange sort of...
It has a strange feel to it.
It does. It's a very Valve-y game.
Yeah, it is. It's typical Valve.
It is. It absolutely is.
A bit like Gary's Mod and
and what's it called?
Half-Life.
And Paul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
All those.
All of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. What else? I played a little bit of the first Darksiders game.
Oh yeah.
I got right up to the end, so just a heads up now. Here are some spoilers, possibly, to Darksiders. I'm not going to go too spoilery. I'm just going to spoil some game mechanics and a future item that you will get if you haven't completed the game. So just heads up. So, do you mind me spoiling it?
No, I don't think I'll play it, but yeah, go for it.
So I'm in like the final area.
Okay.
And each item's got its own dungeon. Each dungeon's got its own item, and the the item in this dungeon is a portal gun.
Okay.
Exactly like Portal 2.
Wow.
Like it's the two portal colours are blue and orange.
Wow. Are they allowed to do that?
I imagine so. You can only place them at certain surfaces. Like in Portal. And the main mechanic is to redirect a laser all the way to get from one side to another to free a prisoner. Okay. So I do this. It takes me like. I stop halfway through it and leave the game for ages and then come back to it and think, oh okay, let's get on with it. Then I finish off that bit, and I have to do it again. Not the same section again, but like the same mechanics again. I have to go and beat the same mini boss, which has the same game mechanics. Like you say, portal, you have to jump onto his head using the portals and hit him.
Oh my god.
You have to redirect the laser through a different area, but it's still
the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same mechanics. So I get back and I finish this one and go, oh, thank goodness. The third time, you have to do this 3 whole times. I haven't done it the third time. I'm not sure if there's even more. It could be more, but it's just outrageous. The same mechanic borrowed from another game, might I add.
Yeah.
I
wonder if they're aware of it.
They probably are. It's a completely different game, really. Apart from this one thing, it's so strange. It's so strange. It's a good game up until that bit.
Yeah.
And now that I've hit that bit, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Lost the motivation to carry on.
Yeah, because I just don't. I don't like. The mechanic of it was all right to begin with. It was nothing out special. No. But doing it 3 times? No.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. But that's my rant over with. What about you?
Well, I've kind of been on a bit of... I'm an Xbox One guy, so I'm on a bit of an Xbox One binge at the minute. I do a lot of computer gaming, but I am on a bit of an Xbox binge. So, I got Mad Max for my birthday. Yeah. Which I completed very soon after. Within I think it was like a week. It was a long game, but it was so good. The mechanics in it are just perfect, and the fighting is really on point, and you feel like you're properly in the game. It's really, really good. Yeah. I mean, I'm not usually a fan of third-person games, where you look over the behind them. Yeah. I do like my first persons and stuff. Yeah. But this one really, it just sort of fit with me. I just loved playing it, and the story was so in sort of complex and detailed, and there were so many different clashing character personalities, and I don't want to spoil it too much if you haven't played it, but it is a really great game. I would recommend you doing it. But there may be light spoilers, but not on story based. But I don't know if you've seen it much of, man.
No, I haven't.
Basically, you get a basic car because your other cars get stolen. Ah, yeah. So you get a basic car and you meet this guy that helps you fix it and thinks you're a saint and stuff. Yeah. So you collect scrap along the way. Mm-hmm. and you can like upgrade your car, and you have to do the story missions to get bits to upgrade, to unlock bits, extra bits for your car. So you can make your car into this complete machine. So in fairness, you don't even have to do the story.
Yeah.
Once you've got the car, you could just do that if you wanted. But you could only upgrade it so far, and until you physically had to do the story to get the next upgrades.
Yeah.
But it's in fact a bit like Far Cry in a sense, where you can do a lot of the camps. Like there's loads of camps everywhere that you can liberate to make the area more secure.
Yeah.
And sort of you can take over the whole map in the end if you want to, where there's no enemies ever. So, but it would take like hours of game time, like, massive hours of game time. But I played that so intensely for so long. I don't want to say I burnt out on it, but I did kind of lose interest in the end.
Yeah.
Once I completed the game and nearly fully upgraded the car, there's not much else you can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go and do the camps and try and get 100%, but I think I lost motivation to do that because it's all a bit repetitive.
Yeah. You don't really get many games like that, like car combat games.
No, it was. I mean, like I was saying, the physics and the mechanic and the idea of using your car as like your weapon basically was a really good one. And you could get like spikes and flames that shot outside, and everybody else was in a car as well, so you were having like big car battles down the road, which was really cool. It was a really good idea. But once you've done it, the story, and done all the main bit, and your car's as best it can be, there's not really much point. You don't see there's much point in carrying on getting all the scrap and stuff, because there's nothing you can spend it on, which is a bit of a shame. But I did really enjoy my time playing it, and I've made a recent purchase, which is Payday 2 on the Xbox One. I've had it on the PC for a while. I got it on the Steam sale. The thing is with like Valve-based Steam games, is they're just like so cheap when they go on sale.
Yeah.
They'll go from like, I think I got the Game of the Year edition, which is normally like 30 quid, and it was like 7. It just the drop in price is ridiculous. It's like 75% off. They're just insane. Now the game itself, if you just want to buy Payday, it was like £3 like the whole game, down from 15. It's just insane. Great. But possibly one of the best games I've ever played. I mean, I don't do the loud missions. I don't know if you know Payday either.
No, I don't really.
You can choose basically. On some missions you have to do them loud, like you have to go in shooting and guns blazing. But other ones you can stealth, so sneaking around and getting the key cards without alerting anyone, and doing all the objectives and then getting out without anyone knowing. Yeah. Which are the ones I personally enjoy more.
It sounds more fun.
And like when if you've got your headset on and you can hear in the game, and it gets pretty intense. And then you see a guard coming towards you and you got to hide somewhere. Yeah. And you can literally be behind a forklift and there'll be a guard like looking on the other side of the forklift, and you have to like not move or they'll see you. And you can do it on easy and it goes right up to Death Wish, which is mega hard. And the guards can see you from so far away, and they just see you so quick, and you have to really be careful. But I love the challenge of being able to do that and like working it out. And even when you turn the game off, you still kind of think about it. Yeah. Like which route could I take, or what would I do if I went that way instead, or and you kind of think it through. But again, that ties into me always wanting to do something in my head. Yeah. So having that to like plan it in my head, and then when I go on it, I'll get time to go in it. I can try and put them theories to the test, which never really work. But I enjoy trying to do it. Yeah. So that's my current game that I'm on still at the minute.
Fair enough.
The one I like the most. So yeah.
Yeah.
What about? Are you buying any games?
Oh. No.
I mean, there's just, as of the day we record this, there's just been the big release of Black Ops 3.
Oh, is it today?
No, it was like a few days ago. But recently.
A few days ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We'll just cut that other bit out. But it doesn't really interest me. I know you don't play COD.
No.
But there's just too much going on in it for me personally. They need to just go back to the basics of just being on one level, basic guns, walking around shooting people, rather than being able to jump all over the map and run across the wall. And
it's this whole sort of effect that you get, sort of like all these new FPSs, sort of like your Titanfalls, your Evolves, all those sort of ones. It's just they all try to expand on the mechanics, whereas most people just want like a basic shooter.
Yeah. Like, they're more focused on the competition with each other, I think, than what people actually want. Like,
yeah.
if you're a Call of Duty person, you'll know what I mean. Like, I want them to go back to World at War, which was, you know, during, I think it was World War Two, and it's just like basic bolt-action rifles and basic pistols and, you know, just all on one level. You can't jump around. You just...
Yeah.
It just seemed like that game, even now, is better than the new ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But they don't ever seem... They just seem to carry on with the one that people don't like. Or the majority of people.
It's strange.
But I think this one hasn't had as been one of its least successful launches. Because it's just... I think it's a bit overdone now.
Did you play Ghosts? I think...
Yeah.
Is that any good?
Ghosts was probably the last one. Well, it was the last one. Where they didn't have, like, jetpacks and jumpsuits. And,
Alright.
but it was still very futuristic. I think the thing is with the new Call of Duties is you have to play the new Call of Duty when the next one's out. If that makes sense. So now if you play Advanced Warfare, which was the last year, it's a lot better because all the people that make it rubbish have gone to the new one. So the people that are now interested in actually playing the game go on it. So it's a lot easier to play.
Yeah.
But when you just... No offence, but when you overrun with like 10-year-olds screaming down the mic that shouldn't technically be even playing it.
Is that an actual thing or is it just a...
It is a mad thing on Call of Duty.
Really? I always thought it was a myth.
No, it is. It is prominent.
Oh.
Or you'll do a lot better than somebody, and you'll get like death threats over messages from a 10-year-old, and you're like, "Is this really what Call of Duty is now?" It's like I don't know. It just seems like people will buy like a £200 headset, just so that they can hear your 10-year-old shout at them. That's all you get.
That's what I would buy it for.
But it's strange how overrun it is with kids. It's like they're making the game for the kids now rather than the people who actually love it.
I think that you've got a point there because all this sort of futurist tech and all this fancy glowy stuff. Maybe fancy glowy.
Yeah,
it's sort of it's the sort of Star Wars effect, isn't it?
It is.
The people the young kids seem to really enjoy because when you're a kid you don't mind the prequel trilogy whereas if you are my age you can see right through it now.
But it's like the people who are picking up this as their first Call of Duty won't appreciate just how good the old ones were. And they'll think, like, in 10 years' time, when they're bringing out ones that are even worse, they'll be saying, why isn't it like Black Ops 3? Black Ops 3 was amazing. But it's like, I suppose it's just whatever you're brought up with. I don't know,
it's strange, it's strange.
I think the Call of Duty is a strange world to be in. No matter if you're just an observer or a player, it's a strange world.
It is a strange world, and I'm just observing, so
yeah,
I can vouch for
I am now. Because I wasn't willing to spend my money on it. It's like all the micro purchases you have to do as well just to enjoy it, or you can buy a gun that's more powerful than everybody else has. It's like, what's the point? It's all about money now.
Oh dear, milk that cash cow.
Yep, that's what they do.
Should I tell you about my big problem that I'm having with deciding what console to buy?
Yeah, go on then.
I'll go into that a little bit. Like, earlier this year, E3 was on.
Yeah.
And if anybody was watching well, you probably weren't, but if anybody was watching my Twitter feed back then when it was on,
I was.
I was looking forward to the PS4 conference because I was thinking, right, if they manage to bring out like even just a couple of good games, I will probably buy the
It'll
console.
sway you to buy it.
It will sway me to buy it.
Yeah.
In fact, they pretty much already had me in their pocket, just because of the games just because of the promise of the games that they might have shown.
Yeah.
The problem is they didn't show me any of those games. Fast forward to now, and I'm deciding whether to get either an Xbox One or a PS4. And it's too difficult. It's really, really hard. Because even though I know all the games that are out now, I know all the games that are coming out in the future, it's impossible. They're both exactly... If I was going to say both exactly the same, but the problem is that they're not.
No. I mean, I've never had a PS4, but I've never particularly wanted a PS4 because I had an Xbox, so it just seemed more natural to go from an Xbox 360 to an Xbox One. And I know I've said this to you before about the controller and having the two thumbsticks in the same place as the Xbox 360 feels so much more natural to change console. Whereas having them both at the bottom, even doing it with your hand, it feels really weird.
Yeah.
To put this thumb down, whereas it naturally feels better up at the top. It's strange.
It's strange.
And holding the PlayStation controllers are so much smaller. Whereas the Xbox Ones are like nice and big and chunky. But I have quite big hands anyway, so they kind of fit better.
I've got tiny hands.
Yeah, but having a bigger controller fits me perfect. But I think I love my Xbox One. I know I bad talk it all the time, saying that it was. I do stand by my opinion on when it was released. It wasn't a finished console.
Yeah.
They probably shouldn't have released it.
No.
Because there was so much wrong with it when it first came out that it just shouldn't have been released. But now it's a lot more stable.
Yeah.
And things actually work on it, and it's a lot quicker. Like it was supposed to be when it was released. 2 years ago now?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, nearly 2 years.
Just a quick question. It's advertised as an entertainment centre. Is it? Do you use it as one?
I do. I mean, in my room, I have like my Xbox in the middle against the back wall.
Yeah.
With my telly on top. And then I have my computer in the alcove tucked in the side.
Yeah.
And then I have like another alcove where my wardrobe is. So that is like in the plumb centre of my room. So even if I'm sat in my bed, I can see what's on my Xbox and control my Xbox. But to do it on my computer, I have to physically be sat at my computer.
Yeah.
If I wanted to change page or go on to something else, I'd have to get up and... But, you can get Twitch, YouTube, you can get internet, Netflix, all the catch-up services.
Yeah.
You can get like live TV, Now TV, and your games.
Yeah.
So all in one place. So you can have a game plugged in. You could be playing a game, and you can have like a little bar at the side snapped with a little screen that's also got a YouTube video on. So you could be playing your game and watching a YouTube video at the same time, which is a feature I've never used.
Yeah, it strikes me as gimmicky more than anything.
Yeah, it's like it's there, and you think, oh, that's kind of cool, I might use that, but you never do.
Yeah.
Sort of. But I think it's good how you can, you can have a game running, and you can pause it in, like, say for Payday, for example, you can pause it in the middle of a mission.
Yeah.
Press the home button, load up YouTube, look on YouTube for a video on how to do it, watch the whole video, then close your YouTube app, go back to your game, and it carries on from where you left off.
Yeah.
It's a bit like opening a new tab on your computer, so you can do multiple things at the same time. So you can keep your game running while you check something else, which I find useful. You can pause your game and turn the console off, but unless you hold the button, it just puts into power save. So then you turn your console back on, and it comes back up where you left off.
Yeah, alright.
But if you hold the button, then it obviously shuts the whole thing down.
Yeah.
And cancels anything you were on and closes everything down. I do use it for everything though. I mean, I'm an avid lover of YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah.
And, TV programs in general, which is what I use it for mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, I have someone I play online with regularly. But even when we're not online, if it's just during the day, I'll have something on YouTube while I'm in my room or editing or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like you can just have anything going on it.
The thing is, I tend to use my laptop for all that sort of stuff. And I don't particularly like watching YouTube on TV. Or Twitch.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like while all those features are perhaps useful, I don't feel that it's useful to me as they really advertised to be.
I think it's like you could.
It's
I mean,
weird.
people pick and choose, like saying, "Oh, the PS4 is better quality" or whatever, which it does. But it depends what you use them for, because they're both separate things.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to do everything on one thing, then Xbox One all the way.
Absolutely, yeah.
But if you're not so bothered about things like YouTube and Twitch, or you'd rather do that on like a tablet or your laptop, then you just got to think. I mean, another point is what games you're interested in. You've been like a massive Nintendo person, and I mean, either one is going to be a.
I have no allegiance to any real console, because looking around, I've got PS1, PS2, Wii, Xbox 360.
Yeah.
The thing is, it would be much easier for me if I did have an allegiance to some form of console, but I just don't.
I think I found the amount I played 360, it seemed more natural to move to an Xbox One.
I picked it up quite late on,
yeah.
So I don't really have that sort of, I don't know, go? Is that the right word?
Yeah, I guess. But I think you've got to look at the game choice as well. The games have to be ones... Like, when I first bought my Xbox, I didn't think about that, but I literally went through a phase of probably about half a year where I never really turned it on to play games. I just turned it on to use it for the other features. And I like, even to this day, I only have about 6 Xbox One games. Because there's not that many that appeal to me.
It's tricky. It's really tricky.
I mean, you get like the things like Forza and stuff, which are only on the Xbox, but you also got things like the Uncharted series on PS4. And
the thing is, on Xbox there's Forza, but on PS4 there's Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
It's cancel each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, there's Forza Horizon as well. That's Forza Horizon 2, I should say.
Yeah. Which is a great game.
Yes.
We should play that, actually.
Yes.
It's great fun. Apart from the online, it's terrible. But yeah, I think it's one of those... I think you're doing right to decide, take a while to decide. I mean, we took several months to decide before with one we got the Xbox. Well, me and my brother both got one.
Yeah.
At the same time. So it was... I'm happy with it now, but at the time I was like, why have I just spent 500 quid on this?
Yeah. I'm tempted to get like something... Oh, it's really tricky. It's because... What one thing that I could do is sort of play the games that I want on the PS4 first, and then once I've played all the games that I want, sell it and then get an Xbox One so I can play with everybody else.
Yeah. It's another option.
It is.
I knew someone who did that.
Yeah.
But they also got rid of the PS4 because they didn't like the concept of it, or the controller. But, like you say, you haven't had the years of play on the Xbox 360, so...
Yeah, I mean, if I pick up an Xbox 360 controller, I can grab it like that, but like, say, if I pick up a PS2 controller, apart from the fact that it's attached to that, it's just as natural.
See, that feels really weird to me, because I feel like I should have my finger up there, rather than...
Yeah.
But they're not much bigger than that.
No.
The PS4 controllers aren't much bigger than that. They have that touchpad on the top rather than...
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is all down to personal choice. You can go down into the details of which gets more FPS and stuff, but nobody really cares about that. It's just whatever you prefer.
The difference is negligible, really.
Yeah.
Like, what was I going to say? One last thing. Oh yeah, the backwards compatibility doesn't really matter to me as much for the Xbox One.
There's a list... of the backwards compatibility things, and half of them I haven't even heard of. So why they're backwards compatible, I have no idea. The top voted ones haven't even been picked. So like one of the most picked ones was Black Ops 2, and it's not on the list. And like the first page of ones that people had voted for the most haven't gone on. So it's like they say we'll put the ones on you want, and they haven't even done that. People have spent time voting for the ones they actually want to see. And they can take their disc over to the Xbox One, and they haven't done it. The most notable thing is you can get all the Gears of War. Yeah. They're the ones that stuck out to me because they're the ones I know. But all the others were like Viva Pinata. Like who would want that? Was like on page 60 of the most voted, and they've put that one on. It's like it
It's
makes no
hard.
sense. They haven't thought it through. They haven't given people what they wanted. So it's like, well, what's the point?
I'm just gonna play them on my Xbox 360. I'm not gonna get rid of it.
And I mean, I have a cabinet, and it's got my Xbox One on the top, my Xbox 360 underneath, and my 360 goes in the HDMI composite cables.
Yeah.
And my Xbox One's HDMI, so it's just like I can pick either up.
Yeah. The thing is, I never had a PS3, and there was, be it not many, but there are games that I want to play on the PS3.
Yeah. Can they be backwards compatible?
No.
No.
Well, I'm not sure. I think you can download PS3 games. I think it's weird. I'm not sure how it works. I need to look more into that.
I was having the conversation with someone the other week, and I said no matter how much they bring out the backwards compatibility, I think I would still prefer to have the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
because that's what they were meant to be played on, and they'll work probably a lot better on that.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that one sort of counter argument that I've got is because I sent my save data from my Wii to my Wii U.
Oh yeah.
And I'm kind of glad that I did that, because even though that one's natively, the Wii U is natively backwards compatible, as in you can shove the game in and it will work.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's strange. I don't know. The games do look a bit better because it's going through the HDMI.
Yeah. It's fantastic though, is it?
It's not. No, it's still normal quality, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I did it, but yeah.
I mean, my brother has a Wii U, and I can say like if you buy a Wii U game, just the thing I noticed most is the color is just like amazingly clear. But that's always the case with Nintendo. Like they always have really vibrant colors. And if you look at like Mario and Woolly World, it's so bright and cheery and colourful, and you feel like you could just pick it up yourself and play it. I'm not really a Nintendo-y person, but I love playing like Mario Maker and Mario. Is it the Mario Brothers?
Which one?
New Mario Brothers or something?
Is it that one there?
No.
Is it 3D or 2D?
2D.
New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
That one, yeah. See, I love playing it. I mean, I wouldn't probably get a Wii U because it's an expense I could do. But just playing them, it's fun. And even though I'm not a Nintendo-y person that much, I can still pick it up and play it and enjoy it.
I've enjoyed all of the games that I've got on Wii U.
Yeah.
It's I'm happy that I've got it. I'm happy that I got it before I got or have got a next gen console, because I've got more games that I'm interested in on the Wii U at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
like I think my next thing I really want to buy is a 3DS, the new 3DS, so I can get all the new games like that.
Yeah.
And I feel it's less of an investment than the Wii U because they're still quite heavily priced.
Yeah.
And I prefer a more portable thing to just have like in my pocket or whatever.
Yeah.
That sort of suits me. I mean, I've still got my SP, my Game Boy SP, Zelda edition that I still play, and some of the games on there are still really good.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of enjoyment out of playing them. But I think I would, and I've got the DSi, but I haven't had anything since. So the next one I'm wanting is the new 3DS. So you can use I think it's the Amiibo, so you can use.
Yeah.
But not for that reason, more for the game choice.
Yeah.
Like the newer games, the new Pokemons, the new Zeldas, and the new Marios and stuff. They all look really cool to play.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. So that's going to be my next purchase, I think. When the bank will let me buy things. So yeah.
I think we covered everything.
An hour and 15 minutes.
That was more longer than I was expecting.
I thought it was going to be like 45 maybe. 40 at a push.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been quite good actually.
Yeah.
It's good to get it all off your chest now.
Right. So we will see you whenever we upload the next episode of whatever we upload.
We do want to say as well, if you do have any topics you want us to talk about, then do leave them in the comments below. But nothing heavy. We're not going to do anything that'll offend anyone. So we're doing no politics or religion or anything like that.
Yes.
If, just keep your views to yourself on that. Cause
don't take it personally if we don't pick your thing either. It's just we'll just pick whatever we think we can talk about.
And we will credit you if we pick your idea,
Yes.
but don't feel
Yeah.
disappointed if we don't pick it because it's like the only comment or whatever. But we will look at them. We'll look at all the comments, but we'll pick ones we feel we can actually get a good lengthy talk about.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll just be a bit pointless. It'll be more like a Q&A than
Yeah, exactly.
which is not really what we're going for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep.
That's that.
Right. Yeah.
Need to find some like fluid to take in now.
Through your roots, some form of plant.
Standing up like a river.
Oh.
Yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. I've been Ben.
I haven't.
He was not Ben. But yeah, we'll see you in the next video, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And whenever it's up.
Yep. Who knows when that will be?
Who knows?
Bye.
Bye.